Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Tamara with a Plan. In this video, we're just going to be kind of talking about some things that I'm doing. This is normally where I would be doing my planner chat and telling you guys like what is and isn't working and which planners I'm kind of leaning towards. But instead of just doing every week, I don't know again, I thought I'd just show you like some of the things that I'm doing and do a quick planner flip through. So this is the Happy Planner Franken Planner that I've been using, and I'm just going to flip through. And I mean, this thing is working fine, but it did start to bother me this week when it's the only planner that I had. So what I had done is just did not, towards the end of the week, like these last 4 days, I did not use any Laurel Denise planner. I just did the Happy Planner, and I liked it the first day or ish, but then I don't know. So it worked fine, and I thought the decorations were cute. I did finish decorating all through October. So I thought we would just flip through and kind of see how the decorations turned out for the week, because I do think they turned out, or for the month, I think they turned out pretty cute. But once my handwriting's in, it always looks like this, so not great. But here was last week. The decorations were very cute from a Happy Planner sticker book. The next week, again, Happy Planner sticker book, which is most of my sticker books other than my Wrong sticker books. And I think it turned out cute. This is vertical lined. I started sectioning off the different sections. Like meals are down here at the bottom. This is like a quick work list, and then this is my main list here. Same thing for this week. Happy Planner teacher sticker book this time. So that was all for my main planner, which is kind of like my cleaning planner, and my list planner, what I would consider my list planner. Here is my work planner, and it is a horizontal hemlock and oak. I have changed it so you can't really see what the original looked like, but this is basically a blank page with a checklist down the left side, and I drew in lines to have extra categories, which is what I've been using. So 5 categories, and everything every day goes all the way across so that I can see the list of things for the week. These are Wrong stickers, Happy Planner stickers again, and then Happy Planner Wrong stickers. And that's decorated through the month. Then we go to my wellness planner. And the first week was just very bare. Didn't have enough writing or stickers. This was last week. This was yesterday, and it was definitely better. There's still a lot of room, but the lines are there to kind of hide it. And I don't know. And then this is for starting today, Sunday. Did some Wrong Happy Planner stickers. And then just Happy Planner fall stickers again for next week. Okay, and then we have the project planner, which I mostly just added a couple drawings. It's pretty blank still. Not really grabbing for this to write in, but I can pop these extra pages in. And then we have the journaling planner, which I'm gonna skip ahead to next week. I mean, this is today. And this turned out really cute, this horizontal spread, and this will be on the channel as well. So these horizontal spreads, the whole decorating of them will be on the channel. And that's through the end of the month. So that is the whole Happy Planner Franken Planner. And then we'll do a quick look through, flip through the Laurel Denise Franken Planner. I actually already pinned this, but... so this was last week. It was just Wrong fall stickers. We have some Happy Planner. These are Wrong fall again. Happy Planner Wrong. This is this week, and then next week is also decorated, and that gets us to the end of October. And that's for my main planner in the Laurel Denise. Now I'm gonna clip this back. And I'm essentially using this the same way as the Happy Planner, where I have like a main ideas up here, or main things or appointments up here, some work here, and then my list there. So I think they turned out really cute. Here is my work planner in Laurel Denise. Started with some Wrong fall stickers, Happy Planner fall stickers, Happy Planner wrong fall stickers, and then back to Happy Planner. And then we have Happy Planner, and that's the end through the end of the month. So I had mentioned in my earlier part planner chat that I would not have even considered Happy Planner if I did not have the horizontal hemlock and oak. But the one thing I just have to say, this is we'll talk about this in a second. The one thing I do have to say is that redating and redaying on every single planner in my Happy Planner Franken planner is getting pretty old. So I just don't know how much longer I'm going to want to do that. Even when I'm just writing it in, which simplifies it, yeah, it's really bothering me. Especially, probably, you know, it doesn't help that I know that I have one that is correctly dated and correctly dated with a Sunday start. So the other thing I wanted to just say, I did not use this Laurel Denise for the end of this week. So like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I backfilled it. And the reason is I did miss it still. So, I mean, we're still chugging along, but yeah. Okay, so now let's get into the project planner of Laurel Denise. These are pages from the back notes tab section. So back here, there were grid and dot grid pages. I clipped them out and moved them to the front so I could do my little sketches for the living room kitchen. And then this is my list, my drawings for the different sections of the house. And this is what I like to do, is kind of have an idea how it's going to look. It's never to scale. It's just kind of like a quick picture. And that's as far as I've gotten in this, but I have the pages in for everything. And what I'm doing is half each page for each room. So like this is the living room. The list here is living room, kitchen. Here's the kitchen, front entry, and dining room. So I am liking how that is working out. And then the journaling planner is working out fine too. But that's the quick flip through for the Laurel Denise Franken planner. For the Laurel Denise Wellness planner, I also had to do some backfill because I didn't use it the end of this week. Since Tuesday I hadn't used it. So I backfilled this earlier today. And I still do like this planner a lot. It's just super fun and cute. For November though, I am considering going to the pop-up, the Joe, for my wellness. I just want to give it a try. It doesn't have to be like full-time or completely changed, but just for a month. I want to try it for November. Just have it popped up on my desk and see if that helps me remember my wellness more, because this is just like a planner that I have to grab for. Even though I love these little pages and flipping them. And I have been keeping up except for the end of this week. So these 4 days only were backfilled, but I had already done the earlier part of the week. But for the end of the week, I had decided to go with Happy Planner for just a millisecond, to go only with Happy Planner. So my Laurel Denise ones were behind, but I missed them like immediately. So we'll talk about that. I think definitely I like decorating the Happy Planners, but using them, I don't know if I really like it that much. But anyway, this is something else that I was working on. This is a Laurel Denise box. I got this idea from a YouTuber. Okay, so I think let's talk about the reasons I'm having indecision real quickly. Even though we've probably talked about these a little before, the truth is I don't love a Happy Planner vertical, and I have two in here. And I don't know why it's different from the Laurel Denise vertical, maybe because the pages are shorter, but here I just feel like this is like a long, I call it the list abyss, where it's just like a long list. But after being in a week in Happy Planner, I wasn't going back to Laurel Denise yet. What I was going to do is do some printables that I did earlier this year that I purchased. This is a Passionate Penny Pincher Planner printable for 2025. And so I thought, oh, okay, I'll just jump into this. I will still stay with the disc Happy Planner system, but for my main, instead of having this list abyss, I'll do these pages. This is actually a nice planner. I like this one. So I punch these, and then this is a Sunday start. Yay! And then I have, like, I can put my cleaning stuff here, and if I need a little more, I can make a second column here. So I could do 2 columns of cleaning if I need, but then it's just not like a straight down. I like it like here where I can see it. I don't like it going all the way down, 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 down. I guess it makes it feel like just maybe too much when it's like that. And I also probably do write more when it's like that because I'm just, you know, listing. But here I can like pay attention, and I just like this format better. Either straight across for a list, or maybe make two but still be all compact up here. So I was thinking, okay, going to this. So I printed this out to punch and pop in for the rest of October. And I kept the earlier weeks just because there's some cleaning things on there that I might want to grab. Although I don't really need the monthly, but like, you know, every organized master closet for fall. I don't know that I really need to do that because I'm moving or getting ready to move, so I'll be organizing anyway. But there's just some different things on here that I kept for. But we would be actually way over here. So I start here. Now, the reason I don't love this is only because it's such a cute planner in color, but I don't have a color printer. And if you guys have seen these, there are videos of these. Each of these boxes is just a fun little color so that you know, like every day kind of has a color, and it kind of coordinates with the days over here. So like if this, I'm going to make an example, is orange, then the Wednesday box here will be orange, and it just coordinates so you can jump, you know. Anyway, it's color coordinated. It's really cute and it's really fun. Here, you know, like you're gonna check these off, but they're kind of dark shaded. I don't love that. But she offers it in the black and white, which is great for us gals who don't have colored printers. So it didn't even have to take up extra printer trying to make weird colors. Take up extra printing ink trying to make weird colors if it was only a color version. So this is the black and white version, and the format's fine. I like the format a lot. And so I was gonna go to this because this is fine, but it's really just a vertical list-to-bist planner. So I was gonna put this in for next week. All right, so that was for the main. Then for the work, we already have the hemlock and oak, which I do have to redate and reday. So that is already bothering me. So then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I print out another one of these and make it for work. Now it doesn't go all the way across now, so that's like the thing. So like, okay, hemlock and oak. If you notice this week, I actually, or for next week, I just wrote in the dates, and that was pretty simple to redate and reday. So I'm like, okay, hemlock and oak for work. Now for wellness, the Happy Planner Vertical, it was more fun when I added the lines. Still just too big, too much space, and I love the coloring of the planner. I love the planner, but I don't love the vertical format. So then I'm like, how can I adjust this? So then what I was doing is going through all of the planners that I had started printing earlier in the year. So then I was like, you know what I could do is do a hemlock and oak for wellness again, because I like that format. So then that would be this. I'll show you. The idea behind it would be, instead of having a work category, this could be like an exercise category. This can be a self-care category. This can be, and I like that idea. It's like, okay, so now I have 3 printable planners, okay? We have the Passionate Penny Pincher, the Hemlock and Oak for work, then we'd have a Hemlock and Oak for wellness. This planner could work. This is the project planner. I'm obviously favoring the Laurel Denise. It's just like the way I like how everything is lined up in that one. But this could still work, right? I did some of the drawings, even though that's changed. I like that you can pop in pages, and like this one, because it's not the correct drawing anymore, I could pull it out and put another page in and redraw. So this can totally work. Okay, so then we get to the journaling planner, which is the horizontal planner, and it is fine. So this one's fine. Then I was looking for a different version for the Bible planner, and I was thinking another horizontal maybe for the Bible planner, because right now I don't want to do the whole study from the dashboard, and I'll show you. So it was like study over here, the people, the places, the main ideas, like kind of like just a real Bible study, right? And then writing a verse and some notes over here on the dailies. But this part, I just wanted it to be like a little more informal for this part time when I'm moving and I'm having to pack things up. And so I wanted to have like this, where you write a verse and then like a main thought or takeaway. So that would be horizontal. So everything would be changing. at that point, like the only thing that would be Happy Planner left would be the monthly overview and 2 horizontals. The rest would have been printable planners, which is fine. I like printable planners fine. I'm just thinking, should I set it up or not? Because at this point, what am I using Happy Planner? It's just 2 horizontals. 2 horizontals, and what did I just say? Oh, and the monthly. Okay. And I still do like those. So then I would be using 3 printable planners. So then I started realizing I just don't really like the Happy Planner layouts as much as I'm thinking I am. I had a lot of fun in this vertical aligned the first week. I thought it was great with the extra space, but I had the cushion of the Laurel Denise that I was double planning in. When I took the Laurel Denise away and since Tuesday and only planned in Happy Planner for 4 days, I really didn't like it. So I'm realizing, okay, I don't like these layouts. I like them, I like the idea of them, but in practice, I didn't like them. So vertical lined, super cute planner, super practical layout, but I didn't really like it. I don't know why. It could be the redating. I don't know. Redating. I don't know. So, yeah. Hemlock and Oak could be for wellness. It's the thing about Hemlock and Oak, the grid style as a planner, I don't love that. I thought I would like it a lot more because it kind of has lines. It's also probably the paper color that I chose. It's kind of like creamy. It's not bright white. I don't know. It looks too like, I don't know, gals. So even though I love the look of these planners, I don't love the execution of these planners. I'm not a vertical planner gal, even though I'm using my Anne in that Laurel Denise. And then I started thinking maybe don't use the Annie Laurel Denise and go to another Nancy. I don't know. But so for this planner, if I would keep it in November, I would be changing out at least 4 planners, and I would still have 3 out of 6 Happy Planner. I don't have a ton of horizontal pages. I would be having to redate and reday every single planner. And on the monthly, it's not a big deal because the monthly layout is you really just have to redo the monthly and then cover this box. And then you're done because none of this is dated, right? And if you are used to monthly, you date it anyway yourself with your, you can hand date it, you can add dates, whatever you want to do. So the monthly layout, fine. The horizontal layout, you have to do the month again. You have to do all of the weeklies to read day to Sunday, and then read date as well. Sunday, read date. So that's still a lot of redating for 2 Hemlock and Oaks, 2 horizontal Happy Planners, and yeah, redating and redaying. I know it's not a big deal if you have time or if you kind of like it. It can be relaxing, but it's getting old when I have so much other stuff to do. So that's why after 4 full days in this planner, not using anything else, and I wasn't even redating then, I was literally just using it. I did not like it. Okay, so I guess we are doing a planner chat. For the Laurel Denise, I like it. I like everything about them. Even the Anne doesn't feel like such a chore for the list of this. I don't know if it's because the lines are so small I can write less. Well, like I have quite a list today, right? And it is kind of a list of this. It just doesn't feel like as daunting. I don't know why. It could be because it's broken up with other things like the monthly, and yeah, I don't know, gals. It's tiny, so mentally it feels like less. Either way, this planner is really thick, and if I ever wanted to put a wellness in here, the coil's already spent with my bookmarks. It's already done. So that is why I started playing around with a video that I saw, and I watched. It's CRO Crow Designs or Crod Designs. I don't know what the name of the channel is, but I will link it below. She didn't say the name of her channel when I heard, but she took a Laurel Denise box, and I'll grab the box and show you. So she used one of the newer boxes. This is one of the older boxes that I did. So Laurel Denise box, and made it into a planner cover. So I did kind of copy what she did. I did it a little differently in that I made a different size, and I Mod Podged the top and the edges so you have that gloss. I only have glossy Mod Podge right now, so that's why it's glossy. I wanted to do the matte, but even matte is a little glossy on Mod Podge. I tried to seal the edges so like you can't really get a paper cut or a box cut from up here. Maybe a little. And made a cover out of it. But what I have to say, this looks really cute, and I think it could be like a dashboard. I'll show you the inside. You know, it's still Mod Podge too. I Mod Podged it to seal it in case it got wet or, you know, anything like that. But it's super bendable. I mean, it's cardboard, so this is not going to be like something on your lap that you can write on. I did try, and it's not a firm surface. It starts to bend on your lap, and when you're writing on it, it just has give. So I thought it'd be good to keep pages in anyway. But the problem with the Laurel Denise planner, not enough room on the coil, and so then I thought maybe I saw this on the Laurel Denise Loves Facebook group where they made the Laurel Denise planner, and I believe it was actually the Scout, which is this guy. They made it into a disc planner. They, you know, cut out the pages, punched it, made it into a disc planner. So I thought, what if I do that for the Nancy and the Ann? So I did a practice round. So this is my old Ann pages from earlier in July. I didn't even have to punch them. These ones are not punched. You can punch them, and then it's maybe a little more easy to glide, but I had already clipped them out from the planner, and then I'm just popping them on to the discs. This is 9 discs. And yeah, so flipping through, that is when I was using that as a wellness planner. Here it is back as a time blocking planner. All the pages, these were punched, so they move a little easier, but you can see like it just makes it a little bigger in some spots. It makes it a little bigger in these spots where the punch is, you know, and so it works a little better, but you don't have to have a punch for that part, but you would have to have a punch for the cover, obviously. Anyway, so punch them or not for the pages will work, or, you know, you can leave them out. I was afraid this might be a little too loose for a while, so that's why I did a couple without being punched, but it's actually fine. It doesn't pull off. All right, so this could be a decent way to store extra pages. And look, this could be a reversible cover. I punched it so this would be the front, but I would probably want this one to be the front. So all you would have to do for that is punch it on this side instead. And then this one could be the back. This one could be the front. So reversible cardboard cover. But really, I mean, like I said, it will protect your pages, but it's not like a replaceable cover for most planners. So the other thing I tried is this is an old Happy Planner cover. It's already punched over here. I did try to punch that. They're not long enough though to cover the pages. I'll show you that on the inside. So I'm just looking for page storage solutions, but then, let's see, it doesn't cover the page here. It barely doesn't cover. I think it's a little bit of a harder surface, you know. So anyway, things I was trying. So I was thinking about punching the Nancy's and the Ann's and putting them on discs so that I could have more room, and maybe even expander discs so I could have a super chunky planner with all my extra pages for the move, project pages, and everything like that. So that's what I was playing around with. Now I want to show you this. This is a Happy Planner cover, and this was their dual loop system that they had. I don't even know if they have these anymore. This was from 2024. I think it went through 2025. I believe this one was vertical lined, and I had it on discs. So I punched it and put it on discs. And you can see really all I had to do was like slit in the right spot. See the slit? But it did punch, like you can see the punch just a little rounding off a couple of the spots. but I wouldn't have had to punch it. I would have had just to line it up and slit where I needed a disc to go in. But you can see like it's frayed on the edges. This is the problem with punching these covers. Now if I had punched them and Mod Podged them right away, I think it would have been a little better. And it's actually not that bad. You can only see like a couple of fray spots. So definitely if those were Mod Podged, I think that would be a lot better. Here is a little worse. So yeah, I would need to Mod Podge that. So yeah, that's just a little more care could have been done to put them on and off and Mod Podge to seal it. And I don't think it would have this kind of fraying. And even now I could like tape that back down. But these are bending and they're kind of like breaking. I don't know if you can see that. It's like got the crease and it could probably break. Although this lasted months. I used this for months like this on discs. So, and it turned fine and everything. So I'm saying that because, why am I saying that? I could take a Laurel Denise planner, line it up, and just clip and make this a disc cover. And then I could fit, it would take care of my problem of bulk, you know? So the Laurel Denise almost seems like it doesn't have enough room for like what I want to use it for. The Happy Planner, the layouts are iffy. I'd have to print some. The Hemlock and Oak is free. This one I paid, it was $20 for the whole year, plus part of 2024. And print it out. You have to have printer paper, you have to have ink. Punch them all. And again, this one's a Sunday start, so it's super attractive that way. It's already dated. But if I used it for anything other than my main, I would just have this spot up here that I have to cover, so there'd still be some maintenance. Main makes sense, but anything else doesn't really make sense. But I was about to do that. I just think what I'm doing is adding more maintenance, even though I really like this planner, and I wish I could put this in the Laurel Denise one. Like the Laurel Denise planner instead of the Anne, maybe? I mean, maybe, because I can't see the monthly, but I do like the checklist system in here. Like, this is really nice, the checklist system and everything to do for the day. And I do think, although I did use this for a while actually, I used the checklist from, and I cut it out and I glued it into my planner, and I was not checking off so much. And then I was starting to feel like, kind of like a failure. Like, oh no, I didn't do any of that stuff today. I can't check anything off. So that is one hazard of checklists like this, which I'm sure you guys know if you have checklists or habit trackers. Like when you're not checking it off, you're like, oh, I didn't check anything because I didn't do anything. So anyway, this is what I was going through the last couple days, like kind of thinking out. And it was actually kind of a panic on a Friday when I realized the Happy Planner was not working the way I thought it was. I just didn't enjoy it. But this planner, the Pop-Up Joe, has worked well. I'll show you last week. You know, my kids did their checks, which, you know, one son did not work out at all. And it's just like a general list of what's going on and then the calendar. So I'm liking this a lot for that Family Command Center. It's really good. They can come and look up here and see like more details of what is going on, and then they can just do a quick glance at the monthly and see what's going on. And I try to have it marked off so they know that the next day that's not marked off is today. So this one, my Calm and Constant planner, that is not changing, that is working perfectly. Okay, well, I guess I was gonna do more in this video, but I guess this just turned out to be a planner chat, which is fine because this has already been long enough. But what I think I'm gonna do in my next video is try, and we'll try, and if it doesn't work, then we'll have to figure something else out, is try to do a Laurel Denise November planner on discs. I know it's kind of like blasphemous to take a coil and put it on discs, you know, because the coil is like high end and beautiful, and discs are like, you know, kind of like the everywhere, very common. But I think it's gonna be a much more practical system for me, because I mean, if it gets bulky, and I'm even gonna just start, maybe not on these discs, I might actually just do the Planner Envy discs. A lot of gals have like this 1.5 inch disc. A lot of companies sell it. I think Calivo Plan has some, I think Calivo Posh has some, and then some on Amazon. But these are the ones I have, and I'm not gonna buy some just for this little project. So I might grab these off and try them for November. But so then I just have to pick a cover and that I'm okay punching. And I'm okay punching. I think that's gonna be hard to decide, but yeah, I think we'll do that in the next video, try to set it up and see how it works. And if it doesn't work, back to square 1 or 0. Yeah. And if it gets too bulky, I can always upgrade to a bigger disc. Not probably these colors for the fall, but it's a pretty color. It's like wisteria, I think. Alright gals, so that is it for this video. Just a quick chat, and I'm sorry for the earlier part of the video that was filmed on, I think, Wednesday, when I was like gung-ho and just gonna only do Happy Planner. And then when I realized between the redating and redating, it really is just tedious for like every day. I mean, like every week. And I know people can sit down, and I've seen gals that do this, they sit down and they just do hours for the whole month. They'll get them all redated and redate for the whole month, and then when they go in, they just have to decorate. That's smart. I still don't want to do that right now, just with everything else that's going on, and maybe just in general, I don't want to do that. And I know a lot of gals have undated planners, and then you have to date them all. A lot of gals write that in, and then some do decorative dating. And the thing is, decorative dating, the difference is you don't have to date it, you just want to because you think it's going to look cute. And then in an outdated planner, you have to date it. So I think it was worth a good try. I think you guys, if you're considering redating an outdated planner, there are better ways to do it where you can pick a month that actually lines up and you don't actually have to redate it. You just might have to, and I'll show you this, you just might have to change the October to something, which is one word. And then every week you might have to change the October, which is again in one word. Because say like June lines up with this year's October. I don't know what year that could be. Let's just do an example. June from 2019 lines up with this year's October. I would just have to change all the Junes to October up at the corner, and then I would just, the month would line up perfectly. So I wouldn't have to redate, and this would just change to June. I mean, from June to October. So I know that's confusing, but that's why some gals will actually grab the month that lines up with the same exact date, which means if the 1st of October is on a Wednesday, then they will go find a month where the first day of the month is on a Wednesday. Then they won't have to redate the monthly, and then they won't have to redate the weekly. Now for me, I would still have to redate the weekly because it would line up with a Monday start, not a Sunday start for most planners. So I'd still have to do this to the weekly. So there are a lot of gals that like to do that. The only problem could be maybe the tab has to be changed from June to October as well, and then it could line up weird in the planner, but I consider that as a better option than what I'm doing right now. The reason I did it right now is because of things like this, like October. That would have to be changed. And then this big October, that would have to be changed. And in the end, it probably would have been better if I had just done that. You know, just changed these and still had the dates line up. But they wouldn't because of the Monday, Sunday start thing. But anyway, yeah. So redating, undated planners, they are a chore. I know why some gals like them, but then again, I know why some gals do not like them. All right, well, that is it for this video right now. We will pretty much turn the camera off, and then I will start trying to set up a November and December all in one and keep the October pages in an all-in-one Laurel Denise planner on discs. I know it's like sacrilegious to do that, but it's like planner sacrilegion to do that, to put everything on discs, but discs are kind of my comfort zone. And since I'm clipping pages out anyway all the time, that wouldn't change. I will still be clipping out pages. So now I just pop them on discs instead of on a spiral. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna try to set it up. And if it works, we may have our solution. Now, back to the one last thing for the Happy Planner is, even though I don't like using the vertical layout, I really do like decorating it. It was really fun these last couple weeks. I'm still working on the lines, but it was really fun. So I think I'll still decorate some of these pages every now and then just for fun. And I'll have that on the channel. But, and the horizontal is actually really fun to decorate too. The horizontal. Even though I'm sectioning it off, but for my thoughts, it's super cute and fun to decorate too. So I may come back and decorate some horizontals for the channel. I don't know. We'll see about all that. Probably after the move. But for now, all these videos still do have to go up on the channel, so there will be Happy Planner content, Laurel Denise content, and we'll see how it works out for November and December. Yeah. So I think we're a little closer to figuring out the solution, but we shall see. I think a lot of us planner gals just know that no planner system has been perfect. There's nothing that's just like completely perfect. That's okay, because a lot of planners can be customized to be a little better fit for us. So that's what we're going to work on and see. Stay tuned to see how all that works out. Thanks so much for joining me today on Tambour with a Plan. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.